Hi guys, we're here, League of Legends extravaganza here. Let's do a quick rundown, your names as well as your duties with Riot Games.
I'm Mirko Gozzo, I'm the General Manager for the Sydney office.
And my name's Daniel Ringland, I lead esports for Riot Games Oceania.
My gosh, so we got some two big players here, especially with League of Legends and Riot Games in general. So let's start off like a little bit kind of a humble beginnings. I mean, how did you get involved with the community or Riot Games in general?
Personally, or you mean here in Oceania?
In Oceania.
Okay, well, we started listening to our player in 2011, 2012. The players were really upset at the time because the latency and playing on a North American server was pretty painful. So we came here to Sydney and we had a chat with roughly 200 players. We sent a survey to them. We asked what was wrong with the current service that we were providing, and they basically told us what we should have done in Sydney or in Australia or New Zealand to make the service better.
So a lot of demand as well, and you guys catered to it, definitely.
Yeah.
Yourself, Daniel?
So I originally joined Riot on the community team, but I've always been a gamer and into sports as well. Love my rugby league, so it made sense to move over into the esports team because that was something that the Oceanic players were really interested in, as well as having our own leagues and teams and players.
So it all just kind of came together and it was fantastic like that.
Yeah.
So without being too invasive in general, like what are some of the duties involved? Because I know you do a lot of managing. I mean, for lack of a better term. So is there anything else that you get involved within Riot and League of Legends in general?
Yeah, well, I oversee pretty much everything from esport, community, social play, HR, recruiting, talent. So it's like a 360 job. It's really fun. It's never boring. It always changes.
You're also very good in front of the camera. May I compliment you on that? Yeah, no, the beard's fantastic. It's majestic. Keep going with that. And yourself as well. I know you do a lot of esports stuff in general, but do you do anything that's kind of off the cuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We do an event once a year called Ocean Week, and the first Ocean Week was 2 years ago now, and the main prize that the community won was a artificial reef that was going to be designed like a League of Legends champion. So I worked with the Queensland government and a designer over in Los Angeles and a guy who designs sculptures for a living, and we created an artificial reef and sunk it off the coast of Queensland. And that's absolutely something I never thought I would do in my career.
I mean, like when it all comes to you do a lot of managing and a lot of interaction with the community in general and stuff, especially you involved. Is there anything that's just like completely just crazy or anything amazing experiences that you've come across during your tenure at Riot Games?
Yeah, well, before joining Riot Game in Oceania, I was the head of the European office, and in Europe, it's really difficult to get identity of community because on the same server there are like 26 languages they play, so it's a bit rough. Some games you play with people from Germany, and the majority of them they rather speak German. Some people speak French, and so it's quite hard. But when I moved to Oceania, I really felt that sense of community, for a sense of belonging to the region. That was really motivating and refreshing.
Yeah, a lot of Australians and New Zealand players really kind of get together. It's incredibly fascinating, especially like with Europe. It must have been a big jump. I mean, geographically, of course, but just seeing just completely different sides and just how the community just kind of interacts with each other. It's just completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was really, really, I don't know the right word, but like I saw it concretely when we did the first PAX, then we went to Armageddon in New Zealand, we did the Supernovas tour at one point, we did the EB Expo, meeting players face to face. Even today we're going to meet them some during the panel. It's always like a humbling experience. They really give us a lot.
Definitely. So amazing stuff. Daniel?
So I'll give an esports answer. So Australians and New Zealanders, pretty big reputation for loving their sports and getting involved. At last count, there's 4 Oceanic Esports fans that have the tattoo of their favourite pro team. Early adopters, but it's good to see that level of passion around their esport team.
And the true Aussie spirit, the banter is also very, very strong.
Yep, they banter a lot, but then at the end of the day, they shake hands and they respect each other. So I think they get the mix really, really well.
Absolutely. So when it all comes down to the future of Riot Games and League of Legends in general, I mean, like, where do you see yourself? I know new season's on the horizon coming up. I mean, what's next?
So, well, you mentioned the new season. We are moving into offline events rather than being online events, which is great. We are converting our teams, professional teams, into clubs, which also is gonna basically increase the attachment to the players, to the fans. From a, let's say, more like a community point of view, we are really working hard to deliver a high school and a university program. That's really exciting. We had a very early beginning, but it's something that we really believe for the long-term growth of League of Legends in Oceania.
Yeah, get the kids started nice and early, right?
Yeah, but it's not really about acquiring them. It's more like there are some kids that are not into sport or they're not into music, and at the moment the school only offered these opportunities for them to engage after school. So we really want this player to have a place in the community, in school, where they can engage, maybe not even playing League of Legends, but talking about sportsmanship, talking about strategic thinking.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, all the stuff that you learn by playing League of Legends.
Perfect. Yourself, Daniel?
I think you covered that exceptionally well.
Oh,
You got all my points.
That's right. That's all we need to know, guys. Thank you so much, Mirko, guys. Thank you so much, Daniel. This is amazing, guys. Get on it. League of Legends, new season coming up. There's no better time to start or jump back into it now.